Now, please make sure to turn off your little mysterious rectangles that you always carry with you. And I would love to introduce my wonderful nephew, Beatrice, and my beautiful daughter, Hero.
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. The thought of man was ever so, since summer first was levy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
Oh, he is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in the war?
Oh, few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. And of such musical note too, for the victory on the battlefield shall be exchanged for revelry on the stage. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Oh, yes, and well deserved on his part. He has borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Mountanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There's none in the army of any sort.
Who's that you ask of, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, yes, he is returned, and as cheery as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed, I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Senior Benedict too much. But he'll be mute with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done a good service in these wars, lady, and a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, and a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
So indeed, he is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a sort of merry war betwixt Senior Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Oh, he is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere it be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You'll never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonardo, you have come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, Signor Leonardo, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no.
If Signor Leonato were to be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders, for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meet food as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? For it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I can find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They else would have had to been bothered by a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or another shall escape a scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you were a rare parent teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and such a good continuer. But have your way, in God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict, my good friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay at least a month.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I do thank you.
Please that your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we shall go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should for my true simple judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thy speak in sober judgment.
Why, methinks she is too little for great praise and too low for high praise. Only this commendation could I afford her, that it were she other than as she is, she were unhandsome, and but being no other than as she is, I do not like her.
Didst thou think I am in sport? I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Could the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into.
In mine eyes, she's the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see, yet without spectacles, and I see no such thing. There is her cousin, and if she were not possessed of a fury, exceeds her in beauty as much as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But surely you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would cease trust myself, although I had sworn to the contrary, if she would be my wife.
It's come to this, shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again?
What secret hath held you here that you are followed not to Leonato's?
I would your grace constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
On my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is her grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my true troths and faiths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she is worthy, is the opinion the fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her my most humble thanks. But that I will hang my baldric in an invisible bugle. All women shall pardon me, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With hunger, with sickness, or with anger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as time shall try, in time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, Pluck off the bull's horns and set them into my forehead, and let me be such vilely painted as they write. Here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, and tell him that I will not fail him at supper, for he hath indeed made great preparation.
Examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on that ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned. In that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with the book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. I know we shall have reveling tonight, and I shall assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and make her half myself. And you shall have her. Then after to her father will I break. The conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What's the good here, my lord? Why are you thus sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on no man's business. And laugh when I am merry and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have, of late, stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you nearly into his graces.
And you're in his band.
Where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It must not be denied, but I'm a plain-dealing villain. I'm entrusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, leave me that I am and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence on an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on?
Marry, for it is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? Which way look he?
Marry on the Lady Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato. I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and once having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young sharp hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself every way. You both are sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after. He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedick. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other two like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then half Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedick's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse. Such a man could have any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou will never get thee a husband if they be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well then, go you into hell?
No, but to the gate, and there the devil will greet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. There's no place for maids like you here. So deliver I up to St. Peter for the heavens, and he'll show me where the bachelors sit, and there live we, as merry as the day is long."
Well, niece, I trust you'll be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." But for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it please me."
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer. The revelers are entering. Brother, make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
You walk softly and look sweetly. I'm yours for the walk, especially when I walk away.
Well, I would you did like me.
Qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry, amen.
Oh, God matched me with a good dancer.
I know you well enough. You are Senor Antonio.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You could never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Here's his right hand, up and down. You are he. You are he.
At a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, mum. You are he. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Not now, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
No, not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit from the 100 merry tales? Why, this was Signor Benedick that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but the libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy, for he both angers men and pleases them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet.
Well, when I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me.
Sure. My brother is amorous on Hero and has withdrawn with her father to talk with him about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
That is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedick?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in name of Benedick, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things. save in the office and affairs of love. Herefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not.
Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio,
Yeah, the same.
will you walk with me?
Whither?
Why, even to the next willow about your own business. The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
But did you think he would have served you thus?
I pray you leave me.
Alas, poor hurt fowl, now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me, the prince is fool, I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. And I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the good will of this young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel, for the gentleman that danced with her told her that she was much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it, would have answered her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest after jest with such impossible conveyance that I stood like a man at a mark with the whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her.
Look, here she comes.
Oh, God, sir, will you commend me to any service to the world's end? Do you have any embassage to the Antipodes that you could devise to send me on? I will go for you onto any errand to the Pygmies rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it to me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Merry once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may as well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do to me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I've brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Aye, faith, lady, I think you're blazoned to be true. Though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace has made the match, and all graces say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if he cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him speak not either.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, I thank it, the poor fool. Keeps me on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord, for alliance. There goes everyone to the world but I. And I am sunburnt. I may sit in the corner and cry, hey-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace not a brother like you? Your father has excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I could have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be merry best becomes you. For, out of question, you were born under a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried, but then a star danced, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give thee joy.
By my troth, a pleasant, spirited lady.
There's a little melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad, but when she sleeps, and never sad then. For I've heard my daughter say she have dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Signor Benedick.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were married but a week, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just a 7-night time too brief to have all things answered in my mind.
I warrant thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. And in the interim, I will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedick and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, one with the other.
And I, my lord.
I'm for you, though it'll cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, then Cupid is no longer an archer, and his glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Come with me, and I shall tell you of my drift.
Otto.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonor shall be brought upon me.
Show me briefly how.
I believe I told your lordship a year since how much I am in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman of Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable moment of the night, appoint her to look out at the lady's dressing room.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Why, the poison that lies in you to temper. Tell the prince that he hath made a mistake, marrying the renowned Claudio to the likes of Hero.
And what proof shall I make of that?
Go then, find me a meet hour between the prince and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that the Lady Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal between both the prince and Claudio. As in, love of your brother's honor, who had made this match, and his friend's reputation, who will soon be condemned by the semblance of a maid, that you have discovered thus. Bring them to see this the very night before the intended marriage. For in the meantime, I will fashion the matter that the Lady Hero shall be absent, and jealousy shall overthrow Claudio's affection.
I will presently go learn the day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he have laughed in such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife, and now he had rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 mile afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, craving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now he has turned to orthography, his words a very fantastical banquet. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it, till he hath made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come into my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Come mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be
of whatever color it please God.
Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the booth.
Come, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord.
See where Benedick hath hid himself.
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come, Balthazar, we shall hear that song again.
Of course. Sigh no more, ladies! Sigh no more. Men were deceivers, ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. To one thing constant, never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more dumps, so dull and heavy. The fraud of men were ever so, since summer first was levied. Then sigh not so, but let them go. This song's weird. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny.
By my troth, a good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, no, Faith, thou singest well enough for a shift.
Been a dog that would have howled thus, they would have hanged him.
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, aye. Stalk on, the fowl sits. I did never think this lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I, but so wonderful that she should dote on Signor Benedict, whom she has shown ill outward behaviors, ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion that came so near to the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What if acts of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
She will sit you. You hear my daughter tell you how?
She did indeed.
How, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit to have been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a goal, but that white-bearded fellow speaks it.
He hath taken the infection, hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so. And the ecstasy so much has overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeared she will do a desperate outrage to herself. This is very true.
It were good that Benedict know of it by some other, if she were not to discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and, out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict. I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what it will say.
Word good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he will her.
She doth well if she should make tender of her love, for the man, as you know, hath a contemptible spirit. I love Benedict well, and your niece, and I wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unfit he is so good a lady.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and to her and her gentlewoman Carrie. Let us send her to call him in to dinner.
My lord, will you walk?
Of course.
Dinner is ready.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth, that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and page these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor?
No, the world must be peopled.
When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I'm sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning to that.
Run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula converse in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her.
I'll make her come, I warn you presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new troth lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madame?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She's so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so, and therefore certainly it were not good that she knew of his love, lest she make sport at it. Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No. Rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passions.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Senor Benedict.
He's the only man of Italy interested.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madame. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report throughout Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it, ere he had it. When are you married, madame?
Why, tomorrow. Come, come.
Madame?
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, and
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be a good as soil in the new gloss of your marriage. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So says I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him, truant. There would be no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love.
I have the toothache.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Why, Signor, would you walk aside of me? I have studied 8 or 9 wise words that I would like to speak with you, that these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Benedict.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice. Then the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private.
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
Why are we whispering?
What's the matter?
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter and aim better at me by that I now will manifest.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know. I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she. Your hero, Leonardo's hero, every man's hero. Go but with me. You shall see her dressing room entered by another, even the night before her wedding day.
May this be so.
I would better fit your honor to change your mind.
I will not think it, and yet my eyes see it. Do not, brother, disgrace yourself.
Why, in the congregation, where I should wed tomorrow, there will I shame her.
I will join thee.
Are you men good and true?
Yeah.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
You have been chosen for the prince's watch. You are thought to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore, you bear the lanthorn. Here is your charge. You are to comprehend all vagrom men and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if it will not stand?
Why, then, take no note of him, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and you are to meddle with but none of the prince's subjects. You will also make no noise in the streets. For the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and will not be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. If you do meet a thief, the most peaceable way for you is to let... You may suspect him, by virtue of your office, to be no true man, and the less you meddle or make with these men, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by virtue of your office, you may. If you do take a thief, the most peaceable way for you is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful woman, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much less a man who hath any honesty in him. Good night, neighbors. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Come, let us sit here upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One word more, honest neighbors. Watch about Signor Leonato's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is great coil tonight. Adieu, be vigilant, I beseech you.
Conrad! I say! Rain. And like a true drunkard, I will utter all to thee. I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats. I have tonight wooed Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman of Hero, in the name of Hero. I will tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master planted place by my master Don John, who saw far the club.
We charge you in the prince's name! Stand! Call up the right master constable. We've here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
Never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to come with us.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, we have some confidence.
Brief, I pray you.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Yea, that it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends? I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, hath taken a couple as errant knaves as any in Messina.
Marry, sir, our watch hath comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would like to have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself, and bring it me. I'm now in great haste, as it may appear unto you. Drink some wine, there you go.
Your daughter's wedding?
I will wait upon them. I am ready.
Come, neighbor. We are now the examination of these men.
And we must do it wisely.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to marry this count.
I do.
If any of you know any inward impediment on why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Stand thee by, friar. There, Leonato, take her back again.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why not speak you?
Why should I speak? I stand dishonored and have gone about to link my dear friend to gossip and scandal.
What man was he? Talked with you yesternight betwixt 12 and 1.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then, are you no maiden? Leonato, I am sorry you must hear. Upon my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night talk with a ruffian in her dressing chamber.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Why, how now? Cousin, wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light smother her spirits up.
How now, cousin hero?
Grieved I had won, but why had I won?
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled, this is the fault of John the Bastard.
I know not of what they speak, but if they speak of truth but her, these hands will tear her. But if they're false, these hands shall tear them apart.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Here, your daughter, the princess, left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it, that she is dead indeed.
What will become of this? What will this do?
Upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused, and Claudio shall mourn.
Why, signor, let the friar advise you in this case.
Being that I've flown grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
Come, lady, die to live this wedding day. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, hast thou wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Oh, how much the man might deserve of me that would right her.
Is there any way to show such a friendship?
Very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It's in a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so much as thee. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so much as I love you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my soul, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear by it and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and make him eat it that says I love not you.
Why then? God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Ha, not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, oh God, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man in the night, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
Oh, that I were a man for his sake, that any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curtsies, valor into compliment. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, and therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio have wronged Hero?
Yea, sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I'll challenge Count Claudio. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so, farewell.
Has our whole disassembly appeared?
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, sir, that is me and my partner.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray, write down Borachio.
There is no B.
Use the 8. And yours, sir?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Pray, write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir, we hope.
Pray, write down they hope they serve God. But put God first, because God shall defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, I say to you, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves. How answer for yourselves?
Sir, very sir, we say we are not.
A marvelous, witty fellow, I assure you. I say I would go with him. I say to you, you are thought to be little better than false knaves. How?
I say to you, we are none.
For God, they are both in this tale. Have you written down they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
the watch, come before me. Masters, in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, "Sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain."
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John to accuse the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary as ever was committed.
What else, fellow?
Oh, did mean upon his word to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Thou will be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
That is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonardo's. I will go forth and show him their examination.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs.
Let them be in the hands of... Away! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my years? Dost thou not suspect my place? Oh! If only he were here to write me down an ass. Though forget not, and remember, though it not be written down, remember, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
My soul doth tell me Hero is belied, and that shall the prince know, so shall Claudio, and all thus who dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio.
Good den, good den.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lords. Well, fare you well, my lords. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he should right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me. Thou dissembler thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy word. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand, if should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my word.
Tush, tush, man. No Claudio to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child that I am forced to challenge the trial of a man. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb.
My villainy.
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
Away, I have naught to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed mine innocent child. If thou killest me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
And men indeed, he shall kill two of us. But this no matter, let him kill one first.
Brother!
Content yourself, God knows I love my niece, and she is dead, slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a man as I dare take a serpent by the tongue.
Brother Anthony!
Come, do not you meddle, let me deal in this.
Gentlemen, both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter, but upon my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord!
I will not hear it!
No? Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us would smart for it.
See, 'tis the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You are almost come to part almost a fray.
We had like to have had our 2 noses snapped off, with 2 old men without teeth. We had been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
May I speak a word in your ear? You are a villain. I just not that I will make it good how you dare with what you dare and when you dare it. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy upon you. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your service. Your brother, the bastard, is fled this night of Messina, and you have amongst you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard here, he and I shall meet, and until then, peace be with him. Fare thee well, boy. You know my mind. I leave you now to your gossip-like humor.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
How now? 2 of my brother's men bound, Borachio one?
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false reports. Moreover, they have verified unjust things. Secondly, they are slanderers. Sixthly, and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified untrue things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me. I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms cannot discover, these shallow fools have brought to the light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this man was Don John, your brother, who incensed me to slander the lady Hero. Who you saw afar the club was me court Margaret in Hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. The lady Hero is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I hath drunk poison whilst he'd uttered it.
But did my brothers set thee on this?
Yea, he paid me richly for the practice of it.
Sweet Hero?
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath reformed Leonardo of the matter. And masters, don't forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonardo, and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see its eyes, so that way, when I may know the men like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you look on your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your avenger self. Impose me to what penance your invention may lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That's were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina, hear how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, lords, come you to my house. And since you could not be my nephew, or my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that is dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right that you should have given her cousin, who is dead, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears for me. I do embrace your offer.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We will look for you tomorrow.
The God of love that sits above and knows me and knows me, and how pitiful I deserve. I mean,
in singing, but in loving. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find no rhyme to lady, but baby, an innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor can I woo in festival terms.
Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, but stay until then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that for which I came, which is to know what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Nothing but foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words are but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
I must tell thee plainly, I've challenged Claudio, and he undergoes my challenge. I must either shortly hear from him or subscribe him a coward. Now, tell me, for which of my bad parts did you first fall in love with me?
For all of them together, which maintain so prolific a state of evil that they did not allow any good parts to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet, for I do suffer love indeed, because I do it against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite mine for yours. For I can never love that which my friend hates.
You have scared the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. Now, tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how doth you?
Very ill too.
Well, love God, serve me, and mend, for here comes one in haste.
Madame, you must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coil in his robe. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, and the prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And, moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death, in guerdon of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I am dumb. Now music sound and sing your solemn hymn.
Pardon, goddess of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the which, with songs of woe, round about her tomb they go. Midnight, assist our moan, help us to sigh and groan, heavily, heavily. Graves, yawn and yield your dead, till death be uttered, heavily, heavily.
Not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, and all of us who dishonor her.
Well, I am glad all things sort so well.
Come, hero, and you gentlewomen all. Withdraw yourselves into a chamber, and when I call for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio promised by this hour to meet with me. Brother, you know your office. You have to give your daughter to your brother's. You have to give your brother's daughter to your young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter? Call her forth, brother. Here's the friar ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Sweet, let me see her face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hands before this holy friar. I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Indeed, one hero died by gossip and ill reputation, but I do live.
The former hero? The hero that is dead?
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify when after the holy rites are ended I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar and to the chapel let us presently.
Beatrice.
I answer to that name. What is thy will?
Do not thou love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Well then, the prince, Count Claudio, and your uncle were much deceived, for they did swear you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why, then, my cousin, Ursula, and Margaret are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
Well, 'tis no such matter, so you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love this gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here is a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet fashioned to Beatrice.
And here is another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, professing her love unto Benedict.
Alas, a miracle, our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light, I take thee for pity.
I will not deny you this, but by this good day I yield upon a great persuasion, and partly to save your life. For I was told you were in a consumption.
Hush, I shall stop your mouth with a...
You certainly never shall.
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of wit crackers could not flout me out of my humor. Do you think I care for a satire or an epigram? In brief, since I do propose to marry, I shall think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. Therefore, do not flout at me what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and that is my conclusion. For thine part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee. But come, you are to be my kinsman, so live unbruised and love my cousin.
Come, come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts in our husbands' heels.
We'll have dancing afterward.
First of my word, therefore, play music.
My lord! My lord! Your brother John!
Think not of him till tomorrow. I shall devise thee brave punishments for him.
Strike up, pipers.
Huzzah!